Hi, it's Miss Sabrina, and in today's video we're learning how to use a spin mop and bucket to clean the floors. This mop uses a special bucket that spins the mop head to get rid of any extra water. This way you won't have big puddles on the floor when you're mopping.
Even though I'm showing you how to use one type of mop, keep in mind that you might have a slightly different version that you're using at home, but they have the same idea to make sure you wring out a little bit of water before you're mopping.
Remember, this video teaches life skills for learning purposes. Some activities may require adult help or supervision. Please practice safely.
The first step is to clear the floors of large objects that are easy to move, like chairs, for example. This way, when we start mopping, we're not having to mop around each of those chairs. Then, it's important to vacuum or sweep the floors before you start mopping. It's important to do this to pick up any dirt that might make the floors muddy or harder when you start mopping. If you need a tutorial on this, I have a video for how to vacuum and how to sweep. Now it's time to fill up our bucket. If you look inside the bucket, there's usually a max line. That means how much water or mopping solution you should put in. Don't go past that line. Fill up your bucket in the sink or in the tub using the faucet. Hot water's on the left and cold water's on the right. Mopping, you usually want to use warm to hot water. Then mix in your cleaning solution. This will be different depending what type of mopping soap you chose. Mix it in according to the label instructions. Then pick up your bucket and take it to the area you need to mop.
Now that our water is full and ready to go, we can begin.
But wait, before you pull out your mop, you want to plan ahead and figure out where you're going to start mopping and which direction. This way, you're mopping away from where you started and you give the floor time to dry. Next, dip your mop into the water solution. Then place it in the spin section of the mop and press the pedal down with your foot to let it spin and dry off the mop a little bit. Now let's pause for a second and look at how to hold a mop. You want to use one hand to hold the mop at the top and one hand in the middle of the mop. This will make it the easiest for you to maneuver around. But of course, do what's best for you. Now you can place your mop on the floor and begin to mop. Move the mop back and forth. It helps to follow the grooves on the floor to make it smoother and a better finish. Look at the way the lines are moving on my floor. I want to move my mop back and forth in the same direction. Make sure you're pushing down with enough force to really clean those floors. Then dip your mop back into the cleaning solution and move it around well enough to clean the mop and get that dirt off. Then once again, place the mop back into the little spinny section. Use your foot to spin the pedal and let the mop dry. Now we're going to repeat these steps and follow our plan to mop the entire section of floor. Continue to do this. Re-wetting your mop, re-drying your mop, and mopping the floors. As you're mopping along the floor, you will need to move your bucket out of the way. This way you can continue to clean your mop and dry it without having to walk on the part of the floor that you already mopped. Let me show you this angle again. dipping to clean the mop. And then when you put it in the little spin area and press the pedal down, you want to hold the mop loosely, as you can see in my hand here, so it's spinning in your hand. If you hold it too firmly, the mop will not spin this way. Then when you place it on the floor, it's best if those mop bristles are pointing outwards. If it's sideways like this or sideways the other way, you can still mop, but it's just a little bit harder. Plop it down, straight down, to help those bristles go in all the different directions. And then once again, follow the grooves on the floor. Let's speed this up a little so you can see how to finish mopping the whole room. Move backwards as you're mopping to follow that floor plan. And move your bucket as needed. If you want, you can turn on your favorite music to make it easier. And voila, our floors are clean. Once they've dried, you can replace all the items that you moved. Like in this instance, I'm putting the chairs back that I moved. And dance, you did it. The final steps involves cleanup of the items you used. You can pour the dirty water down the toilet. Make sure you lift up the lid of the toilet so it doesn't get it dirty. Then flush all that dirty water away. Next, clean your bucket out by rinsing it in the sink or in the tub. Repeat this until the bucket's nice and clean. Then you can remove the mop head and place it directly in the washing machine. This way, that's extra clean as well. Oh no, it got stuck. Fix it. Perfect. Then return your mop to wherever you keep it in your home, and also return your bucket to wherever you keep that in your home. Beautiful. Then once it's all clean, you can remove it from the washing machine and let it air dry.
Thanks for watching. For more life skills videos, click the link right there.